There's a saying that dance is the hidden language of the soul. Yes, it's one of the finest arts with which we can express ourselves in a unique way. So, what it takes for us to become a dancer and excel in this art? Is it interest, or time, or dedication, or anything else? Let's find out in our today's episode. Adab listeners, here is Giridhar with you on the podcast, Giridhar's Garady. Today we have a renowned dancer with us on the show. She is someone who is a blend of various skills. From singing to dancing, acting to dubbing, she does everything with ease and perfection. Also, a bubbly girl who can mesmerize anyone with her dance, presenting the guest for today's episode, Bhagyashree. Hi Bhagya, welcome to Giridhar's Garady. How are you doing today?
Hi, Giridhar. I'm doing fine. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you.
All those adjectives while introducing me, that was like very top, but I'm not that much good. But still, thank you.
At least I felt that you were that much good.
Thank you for the
That we
praise,
have to say.
actually.
Yeah, that we have to say as an audience. Okay, great. Before we proceed with our concept today, a quick question for you. How do you feel like being a guest on this podcast?
Okay, coming to this podcast, I feel great and privileged to be a guest here because I've never ever been in a podcast. So that makes this a first time for me here, and I'm very happy about it. Seriously.
Awesome, awesome. Great. So let's move into our concept for today. So, Bhagya, tell us about your association with the dance.
Okay. See, dance is something which I do, which is I do with very much passion. I don't actually know when I started liking it, but as far as I can remember, it was during Saraswati Puja when I was little. I guess 4, 5 years old. I guess most probably. So we call it a bhasan dance. Like we are taking the idols to submerge in the water bodies, and then music is going on in the huge boxes, and we do random dances and everything. So that was the time when I was small, and I used to watch all the people in the colony where I used to stay, including my parents. They all used to dance like anything. I mean, there was no specific way of dancing or any particular step like we see in the movies and all, but they're just simply enjoying it. So I was so happy, and I also started doing. I mean, I was not so good with it, but I started doing whatever they were doing, and I felt very happy about it. So that was the beginning. It was simply jumping around with a music beat actually. So after that, what happened? Soon after that, in the school where I was reading, we started having extracurricular activity classes. So we had options like singing, dancing, drawing, uh, then aerobics and all those things. So I chose dance there. I was like so intrigued. Okay, this is something very interesting. So that's when it felt like, yeah, this is something that I like. And slowly, it became love from like, that's all.
Amazing. So, Bhagya, tell me, what are the different dance forms that you learned as a kid?
Okay. So I'll not specify it to be a to be that I learned as a kid, but I'll tell you about the whole journey from the beginning till today, whatever I have learned. So what happened? As I told you, we had extracurricular activities. So there in our dance classes, the teacher used to teach us Kathak. So there I started Kathak from class 1 to class 4 because that's what till class 4 I was there in that school. After that I switched to another school. So in the new school, I mean in from class 5, in the new school, the teacher that we had, she used to teach us Bharatnatyam. So in that school, I started learning Bharatnatyam, and because I also liked the Kathak form, I was taking personal lessons from a teacher who used to come to our colony and teach a group of children. So simultaneously, I was learning Kathak as well as Bharatnatyam. After that, this continued till class 8, but after class 8, what happened is we had to relocate to a new place because of my father's job, and that was when that was the longest period of time where I was completely cut off from dance, because the new place where I shifted, there uh, I couldn't find a particular institute that was nearby from our house where I could learn dance. So I used to perform in school programs, local programs, and then when I came in college, we had annual functions in college. So there also we had a group of friends, and we used to practice, choreograph the dance with the songs, and then we used to perform it. So that was all fun and everything. After that, what happened? Then I passed out college and joined my office in Hyderabad. There again, I got that opportunity. I was so happy. Wow, I can dance. So near my PG only, it was like 1 kilometer distance, most probably. So after office hours, I joined there, and then again started dancing. But this time it was not any classical dance. It was Western form. I mean, they used to teach us hip hop, contemporary, and Bollywood was also there. So these three were, I mean, based on the songs, we used to have the particular dance form, and I used to learn that. But then again something came up, and that something is still continuing now, Corona. So because of Corona, I had to leave Hyderabad. We were like a complete lockdown, shutdown, and everything. So again, everything stopped, and now it's like, okay, I'm home dancing. You can say. Oh yeah, I forgot about one more thing. I guess I was in class 6, and at that time, for 1.5 months, I had to stay in my hometown in Odisha, and they at on that during that particular 1.5 half month of time period, I got an opportunity because my sister used to learn from a master who is well versed with, I mean, who is trained in Odissi. So along with her, he used to come to our home and he used to teach my sister. So I got very interested, and he said, "Okay, fine. As long as you are here, you can learn." So for that 1.5 month, I learned. I learned Odissi also. So it's like I have learned a lot of dance forms, but the only problem, and I feel the only regret that I'm having is I haven't completed even a single dance form. I mean, we get to have diploma and degree and everything in the courses, but I couldn't achieve any of it in any of the dance forms. So that was the only regret that I have.
Oh, that's good to know, Bhagya. Even after some breaks and everything, you didn't leave your passion. Maybe by chance or by choice, you are always learning something or the other. So at
Yeah, now
each and
at
every
least
point
now
of
I'm doing like home dancing. I'm simply watching YouTube. Okay, fine, I can dance now also.
time. But I'm sure again tomorrow or at least someday in near future, you are going to learn some more dance again, some other form
Yeah,
of dance.
sure. Since I have a motto, okay, I'll have to learn a particular form, like be efficient in it. So I'll keep on learning.
Awesome. All the best to you.
Thank you.
All right. So, Bhagya, now tell me, uh, in what way do you think this Indian classical dance has evolved over the years?
See, I'm not an expert. I'll just simply I'll simply say what I feel like that. So I feel that Indian classical dance is a very beautiful and graceful dance form, and you not only you, everyone will agree with it. All the forms that we have in India, be it Kathak, Odissi, or Bharatnatyam that I have learned, or we have Kuchipudi, Kathakali, then in the south, in the northeast side, Bihu we have there. So, any of the dance forms you consider, all of them are so graceful and so beautiful. You'll be completely mesmerized with it. So, coming to evolving, there is always a positive and a less positive side. Why less positive? Because I don't consider anything negative about dance. So, positive being that possibly the classical dancers didn't have any technological support like the light and sound effects. Previously, what I got to know is like they used to sing as well as dance, and I know it is very, very, very difficult to do that because you are giving energy to your dance forms as well as you are singing. So the pressure on lungs and entire body is a lot. So that has this light and sound and everything has helped the dancers a lot. And these, because of these advantages, the effect that is created when a dancer performs is much more impressive and much more finer than compared to the previous, the previous days where these things were not available. So that was the thing that I felt. On the other hand, nowadays, what happens is, when you're coming to the less positive side, what is this? That everything is very fast forward and quick. So a lot of people lack that patience to understand the meaning behind the dance. If you see, go to any cultural programs and see the dance, or whenever you are performing a particular classical dance form, every dance form has a particular meaning to it. It's more like a storytelling or a lore telling or a folklore or something like that. So you'll have to be patient and you'll have to observe, you'll have to understand. And that particular thing takes time. But in today's world, what we're having, okay, this is something I'll have to do because we are so a lot of people lack that patience to understand the meaning behind that particular dance form or the story that we are depicting through the dance. It's like we flip a coin. Okay, this is boring, so let's leave it. Oh, that's interesting. Let's do it. The mind works like that. So I have seen people do that even and neglect the beautiful art that we call as classical dance. And I mean it that I have literally seen people neglecting, okay, this is not so good. Why? Because it's very slow pacing and then flowy and all everything. But the art and the beauty of that particular form, they are not understanding that. And I like to add one more thing. Some dancers, and I have seen that in like national television and all, are doing fusion dancing. Fusion dancing, by fusion dancing, we mean to say that they are mixing two dance forms, both are one from classical and one from Western, and sorry, and then they are combining it and making a particular dance. Making a particular dance form in the shows. So personally, I feel if that can be considered as evolving, and then I will feel like, okay, this is a positive evolving because uh, we can include those who are fast paced and those who also like the classical dance forms. So it's like we are bringing both the types of audiences into one particular part.
Yes, we are experimenting a kind of.
Yeah.
And very well said, Bhagya. Can't agree more than this because that's the beauty of Indian classical dance. That's a uniqueness to actually say a story through the art. Yeah. Okay.
That's the perfect thing.
Yeah. Maybe that differentiates with the West. in the way in which our Indian heritage or Indian classical dance is popular.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. So, what is the difference between these various types of classical dance like Kuchipudi, Kathakali, Bharatnatyam, and others?
Uh, Okay. See, I have told you earlier only I'm not an expert, so there can be. I mean, it's a vast area, and I'm not very sure about all the differences. And on top of that, I don't know all the dance forms, so I can only tell the difference between the three dance forms, the three classical dance forms that I have learned, and that too only about the movements because I am not a pro. So
Yeah, of
bear
course,
with
you
me
can
with that.
say
If I
based
make any
on,
mistakes,
yeah, of course, you can say based on your experience.
yeah, whatever I'm saying is based on my experience only. So
Okay.
first about the Kathak, uh, what I observed in Kathak is like the main focus is on the footwork. The body is mostly straight, and we do a lot of footwork or like tapping and all everything. Those types of steps along with the hands. Hands are also there, but the posture is mostly straight. We are not bending or anything like that. When coming to Bharatnatyam, in Bharatnatyam, the poses and postures are mostly angular, like we are in half bending position, and then doing the movements. Okay, but the next is Odissi. Odissi, I mean, Odissi was like I since I learned only for 1.5 months, so it was like I had to do a lot of things in such a short moment. In Odissi, what I felt the most toughest was Tribhangi. If you search in Google, you will also understand. Tribhangi is like the most famous pose of Odissi dance form is Tribhangi dance form. You'll have three sections in your body. The first section is the knee. I mean, coming from the down. First is knee, and then your hips, and then your neck and shoulder. So the parts above and below these three sections have to be in a different way. I mean, you'll have to control them differently. So you can understand my point that how much difficult it is. So these are the differences that I felt are there in the movements and postures while I was practicing in these three dance forms.
Okay. Okay. So now that you have learned some kind of dance forms, can you tell me what are the aspects that one should keep in mind while learning dance?
Nothing. Simply
Uh,
enjoy it.
That's
It's
strange.
more
Okay.
like no, it's not strange. See, if you have interest in it, yeah, you'll have to do the hard work. You'll have to practice. There is no other shortcut or no other way to do it. You'll have to practice. You'll have to practice. You'll have to practice because you know that saying practice makes perfection. So that's the same thing. You'll have to practice. But the thing is, if suppose you are not interested in, if you do not enjoy it, then what will happen over time? You will only practice forcefully. You will not feel it, and until and unless you feel it, it will be more like someone is pressuring you, someone is forcing you to do it, and then you will deteriorate from your way. So that's why I feel that yes, everyone knows about hard work and practice and all, but the only thing that if some people lack is like enjoying it, loving it, be interested in it, and feel it while doing it. So that's why I said in the beginning nothing, because if it was when it was the first day of my dance till the last day, till when I did the dancing and all, every day of the learning phase, I felt like, yeah, this is interesting. I must do it. Yeah, this is interesting. I must do it. So, like that only I kept on. While practicing by myself, also, I was enjoying it. So
Well
that's why
said,
I said,
Bhavya. Yeah, well said. Just like any other job, we have to enjoy it. Until and
Exactly. If we do not feel it, then what is the point of the hard work and practice and all the efforts that you are giving? Of course,
true.
I feel that hard work and practice and everything, that is very important. Nobody, I mean, there is no other way to excel in it.
Okay. So, which one do you think is easy to learn and implement? Classical dance or hip hop or a typical Bollywood thing?
Um, see, actually, all were difficult, but among those difficulties, I felt that compared to the classical dance forms or hip hop, I felt Bollywood was a bit easier. I don't know, maybe because I was already a learner, and I had already learned few dance forms, so that's why I could grasp it easily. Maybe that can be the reason. But I felt compared to classical dance forms or hip hop, I felt that Bollywood is a bit easier. It's not like very easy. You'll have to, I mean, struggle there also, but comparatively easier.
Okay. Okay. So, usually, apart from our passion and interest, what it takes for anyone to become a dancer and excel in this art?
I already told you, practice. Because suppose today you are doing it, I'll tell you, in Kathak, I told you that we had a lot of footwork. There was one footwork I remember, uh, where it was like left, right, left, right, and then it will be right, left, right, left. Then in the next step, left, right, then again right, left. That is the, I mean, tapping of the foot. Okay. I still remember it was, I mean, it was like, oh my god, I'll have to somehow do it. And I used to play music, and along with it, along with the beats, I used to practice from slow and then fast and that. So I had to, I mean, since that was the beginning, and I was getting habituated to it, so it was difficult. I mean, I had to practice a lot to grasp that particular change, because every time after, if you try it yourself also, every time left, right, and then automatically you'll tap the left leg instead of starting with the right. So it was like, okay, I'll have to subconsciously remember that, okay, where in which leg where I have ending, I'll have to start from there only. So I had to do a lot of practice, like literally a lot of practice. So if you want to excel in that particular dance form, whatever you are trying to do, practice and practice and practice. There is no other way.
Okay. So, looking at the flip side, what are the challenges that you experienced while learning dance?
Okay, if the challenges include body pains, aches, and everything, then yeah, I had a lot of challenge, because my god, be it any of the dance forms, you'll have pain in your foot, you'll have pain in your hips, you'll have pain in your waist, you'll have pain in your hands like biceps and triceps. And it was, oh my god, I was like, when I used to lay down on the bed, I was like, ah, sleep used to come just like that. So it was a very painful. The body pains, that was the challenge that I felt. Other than that, if you're asking about grasping the postures or the techniques that the teachers used to teach us, then I'll not consider it in the group of being challenging, because even if it was tough, I used to feel like, yeah, it's not tough at all. If only I can practice and export this particular step, then it will be more fun. So I'll not consider that as to be challenging, and because I was completely enjoying it. So yeah, only body pains I will consider.
Okay, yeah, that's true. End of the day, if we are enjoying, we do not look at the dark side. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So usually, what are the aspects that judges look into while evaluating any dance performance?
Uh, this is actually a difficult question. I have never been a judge, and I don't feel like that I am suitable before being a judge, because, as I told you, that I haven't excelled in a particular dance form. I only feel like that I need to learn more, and then only I'll be able to judge people on what are the mistakes and what are the good points that they are doing while performing a dance. So I'm sorry, but I cannot answer this particular question because I don't have
Oh,
any idea about it. I feel that.
okay, okay, no worries. So, lastly, just one message for our listeners with respect to this art of dance.
Hmm. Okay. If anything, I'd like to tell everyone, it's that you don't have to do anything. Your body will move automatically to the song and awaken the dancer in you, because that was the first thing that I did when I was a child. I told you, no, it was simply playing song and everyone doing Bhasan dance, and I was like, oh, this is fun. So that was my beginning. So it can be your beginning also. You simply have to enjoy the song and move your body along with the music and the beat. It doesn't have to be a proper step, because when I was 4 or 5 years old, today's children, they are so much well versed with the dance forms in at the age of 4 and 5. I have seen even 2 to 3 years old dancers, and they are so good at it. But when I was at that age, I was like, okay, I'll have to simply jump around, and that was the dance for me, and I was enjoying it. So just one word, that at least that's what I feel. It's not like everyone have to feel like that, but that's what I feel. There is only just one word, simply enjoy, enjoy, and that's it. Thank you.
Uh, awesome, awesome. Okay, so listeners, I hope you are able to take some inspiration here and enjoy by learning dance if you are interested and passionate about it. All right. So, Bhagya, before we wind up the concept and the episode for today, it's time for us to move on to a short yet wonderful segment of the episode, that is the rapid fire round. Let me
Rapid.
tell you that yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you that this is gonna be just a fun segment. There is no logic involved here. You don't have to think deep. You will be given a choice of two options for some
Mhm.
set of questions, and you have to pick either one, both, or none. So it's
Okay.
just
The
gonna
price
be a
is
fun
good.
segment. Yeah. So
Okay.
are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Great. So my first question to you, Bhagya, in the rapid fire round: Indian or Western dance?
Indian.
Great. Kuchipudi or Bharatnatyam?
Bharatnatyam, of course.
Great. Morning nach or evening moose?
I'm going to choose both.
Great. Maybe depending on the day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Indoor dance or outdoor dance?
Outdoor, of course.
Okay. You could feel the fresh air.
Yes.
All right. Solo performance or group show?
Group. I love group because we can do a lot more. In solo, it will be like focusing on yourself only. But if you are doing in a group, you can do patterns and then different forms and everything. So there are a lot more options in group dance.
Yeah. Maybe we can learn something from the others, from others as well.
Yeah, that's the plus point also.
Great. Dance in stadium or pub?
Stadium I prefer.
Great. Bollywood dance or Tollywood dance?
I like both actually. You know,
I
now
remember
that
you
song has become
performing both.
famous. Yeah, exactly. That song of Allu Arjun. Oh my God, I'm like, I want to dance to this song.
Great. Uh, Dance performer or dance judge? I think I know the answer.
Performer, of course. Yeah.
Great. Rehearsed dance or on the spot dance?
Rehearsed dance is nice, but on the spot is more fun actually. So I'll go with on the spot.
Awesome. So, my last question to you, Bhagya, in the rapid fire round, my most favorite one. Let's see what you're going to say.
Okay.
Bhagya dance or Giridhar dance?
Of course, Giridhar dance. I want to see you dancing. So I'll choose
Oh my
you, of
God.
course, over myself.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. If you remember, I think once you once you were able to see that maybe in some video, if you remember.
Yeah, I think I remember now. Most probably. Yeah,
Okay, great. But thank you so much that you want to see my performance.
but still, I like to see. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
specifically your dance. It's not like I can faintly remember. I want to remember it clearly.
Oh, great, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All
thank you.
right. All right. So thank you so much, Bhagya, for joining us on this podcast today. We look forward to having you once again on this podcast in near future.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's awesome being here. Actually, it's really, literally, it was really awesome being here with you. Thanks a lot
Great.
for having me.
Thank you. Thank you once again for being with us. All right. So that's the end of the episode today, listeners. I hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back with another amazing guest next week. See you.